You guys, I want to talk about something. Winter window's coming. Endrick and Vitor Roque are coming from the Brazilian league, and they're pulling up to La Liga. They're pulling up to La Liga. Vitor Roque is going to Barcelona. Endrick's going to Real Madrid. Two of the Brazil's best talents heading to La Liga. The two biggest teams in La Liga, Barcelona and Real Madrid. And I want to know, will they start? What are the expectations for these guys? Because people are hyping these two kids up, but my expectations aren't that high. They're only 16, 17 or 18 years old, both of them. My expectations aren't so high. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to look at the La Liga table right now and see, can they help out in the situations both of these teams are in? What will their role look like in the second half of the season? Because I'm interested to know if there's any Real Madrid and Barcelona fans, let me know in the comments your opinions, because I don't know what to expect from these guys, because I'm going to be honest, I've only seen highlights. I don't watch the Brazilian league. I only watch Copa Libertadores when River Plate is playing. I don't pay attention much to South American football, and that's because I don't have time. Most people don't have time, so I don't. I've only seen highlights, and highlights can make anyone look good. So really, how good are these two? I don't know. What will their impact be? I don't know. We're going to talk about it right now. Raw, no filter, getting get my thoughts out right now. Things may change while I speak when find out I look like an idiot. But yeah, so I want to get started on Endrick. So let me just pull up my, my little cheap images I got from Google. Here they are. So Endrick, you guys, if you don't know who Endrick is, if you're living under a rock, Endrick is the guy in the top left corner of this little slideshow. He's a he's a slightly handsome young Brazilian boy coming to La Liga. Let's be honest, this guy is a good-looking man. He is already there. They're almost kind of bigging him to be the next Pele, because they're taking pictures of him with super stylish clothes, comparing him to Pele. Let's relax, Brazilian media. I mean, 4-3-3 also, let's not make these comparisons. Let's not put pressure on the kid, because my outlook towards young players is, if you're a starter, go out there, do your best, be creative. Don't care about the crowd or anything. Just go out there, be yourselves, play your game. Because at the end of the day, a young player should never be expected at a club like Real Madrid to be the guy, to carry all the weight on their shoulders. He should never be. So that's Endrick in the top left, and I have pictures of Bellingham, Vinny, and Rodrigo, because I don't know. Endrick's coming, and I think people are expecting him to come and be a starter, or that's the sense, that's the feeling I'm getting from the hype that's coming around this kid from Real Madrid fans. But he won't be a starter. Let's keep it real. He won't be a starter. Anyone coming straight from the Brazilian league in this day and age is nowhere near ready to start right away in a top European side, especially at Real Madrid. Vinny wasn't ready, and that's why I have Vinny on the screen. Remember, Vinny came right when Ronaldo left, right when Cristiano left to Juventus. They dropped Vinny into this team, and they just put him out there, gave him the number, I think he was 19 or whatever. Now he has the number 7, I think. I don't know. But they expected him. They just dropped him out on the left wing when he first came, and they said, go ahead, be Brazilian, do something. And a lot of people thought Vinny was trash, me included. His end product was terrible. His dribbling has always been decent, great dribbling, taking guys on. But his first 2 years at Real Madrid, tons of abuse. Tons of abuse, because his end product was his end product, you guys, he had no end product. He could not pick out the final pass. He could not finish the final shot. Idiotic decisions after idiotic decisions, until he manned up 2 seasons ago in the Champions League winning season, and now he's a world-class superstar. Now he's a world-class Brazilian superstar for Real Madrid, one of the most important players. And he's only like 21, 22 years old right now still. Or I think 23. I don't know. He's 23 and under, that's for sure. Endrick, I think, is going to have to go through the same thing, because Endrick is in a little bit of a comfortable situation right now, because, as I said, Vinny Jr., when he came, was just dropped on the left wing as a Ronaldo replacement almost. You go out there and do your best as Ronaldo. And as all Real Madrid fans are, worldwide fans and the true Real Madrid fans in Spain, they were crapping on the kid. They were crapping on him. And I always felt it was unfair, because he was a 17, 18-year-old kid getting dropped in Cristina's position to just go out there and play, it was always a harsh scenario for Vinny Jr. But he manned up after 2-3 seasons, and now he's a world-class superstar. And Endrick, he's coming into a scenario where he's not getting dropped into the role of a Bellingham, the Rodrigo, Vinny. He has time to train with the team, to make an impression in training. He won't just be dropped out there into the starting XI and just told to play. So Endrick has the, luxury of just being a bench player, learning from the players around him, and setting himself up better to succeed earlier than Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. was an extreme case where he was just put out there. Endrick, he has more of a luxury here. So I don't know if you're a Real Madrid fan watching, let me know what your expectation is for Endrick. But for me, my expectation for Endrick is, he will get the last 15 minutes of game sometimes. I definitely don't think if there's no injuries, Endrick won't be starting. And I don't think he's good enough to start at all. No. He needs to come, train with Real Madrid, train with the Toni Krooses, the Modric's, the Bellinghams, the Vinnies, the Rodrigos, and earn some substitute appearances the last 10 minutes of games, the last 5 minutes of games. Every minute as a 17-year-old you play for Real Madrid should be cherished and is a privilege. This is the Real Madrid. A lot of people put these young guys on too much of a pedestal and young players themselves put themselves too much on a pedestal and give themselves too much privilege and think they should play all the time. Sancho at United. No, you have to earn your minutes at the end of the day. Just because you guys are young players in the future of football doesn't mean you're guaranteed minutes. You have to earn those minutes. And Endrick has to come to Real Madrid, learn and earn those minutes. And who knows, maybe in a year or 2 years' time, he gets more minutes, starts a couple games during the season, and then maybe in 3-4 years' time, he's an important player for Real Madrid, but he won't be this amazing, important Real Madrid player now. That's my thought process right now. Because the way Bellingham's playing and Rodrigo, those guys are banging in the goals for Real Madrid. Vinny's doing his thing. They have Jose Lu doing his thing. He's not really needed. Real Madrid don't need Endrick to come in here and be a superstar right away, unlike the next team we're going to get to. They don't really need it. So Endrick has a little bit of a luxury right now to come in comfortably, learn, get settled, and not just be plopped out there in front of the harsh, critical Real Madrid fans of the world and in the stadium in the Santiago Bernabeu. He has the luxury of learning and integrating slowly. Just like Arda Güler. Now, Arda Güler keeps getting injured, and we haven't got to see much of him at all. So hopefully his injuries heal up too. But he's in there with Arda Güler to learn from these guys and earn substitute minutes, earn a place in the 18-man squad for La Liga games. So I think Endrick, if he's really the talent we think he is, and let me know what your guys' opinions of Endrick are in the comments if you're watching. If he's the talent people think he is, he will learn a lot in training. He will earn those minutes eventually, and he will become a star. Guaranteed, but that's up to him to prove it now. He's going to be making the money. He's going to be living the Real Madrid lifestyle. He's going to be learning and playing and practicing with all these world-class players around him. Now it's up to Endrick. Does he have it in him? That's for us to see. The next team, however. Lewandowski's decline since the World Cup last year has been disgusting. Lewandowski is playing in his piss bag, in his Gucci piss bag, Gucci diapers. He's not the same guy. Now, I do believe it's because of a lack of chances that Lewandowski gets fed for the reason his goal scoring is so bad and his clinical finishing has declined, because he's not consistently getting these chances in real games because players like Ferran, Rafinha are bums and are not Barca quality. He has taken a decline. And unlike Endrick, Vitor Roque and his manager there on the right, the beautiful picture of Xavi that just dropped. Love this picture. Look at the guy eating snails with those things out on that cheeky smile, covering his family's faces. We don't need to show us family faces while we're showing a picture of Xavi in that state. Please, someone tell me that photo is edited, because wow, those are massive. Whoa. Wow. But Xavi, your team is struggling. You guys aren't scoring goals. You guys aren't winning games consistently. Lewandowski isn't banging the goals. Now, he is the top scorer in La Liga, but still, 8 goals. Lewandowski, with the big chances he's missed recently, also, he should be on 10 to 15 goals, but he's not being as clinical as he was in the first half of last season. And Vitor Roque is coming into a situation where, hey, if you come in and you show the athleticism and the explosiveness I saw in those highlights of you in the Brazilian league, you could nail yourself a starting position and bench Lewandowski and be an important player for Barcelona going into the second half of the La Liga season and in the Champions League knockout stages. You can, but is Vitor Roque good enough? There's a big difference between Brazilian football and European football. Big difference. And is Vitor Roque that guy at such a young age? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know, but I deep down I know I don't think so. And I just hope for Roque he's not just chucked out there like a flailing fish jumping out of water and left alone. I hope he's given the resources to learn from the players around him, learn from a guy like Lewandowski who's been at the top of European football since 2010, 2011. And that he earns those minutes and slowly gets integrated to the team. I do not see Xavi just dumping Roque out there the minute he comes in being a starter. I think Lewandowski will continue to be the starter, but give him some substitute appearances. And if Roque is coming on and making more of an impact than Lewandowski is when he's starting, all right, chuck Roque in now, and let's see what he does starting against a Cadiz or, you know what I mean, some of the lower level opposition in La Liga. Let's see what happens. But for me, Roque is not that guy yet, and I need to see more. Now, granted, I've only seen highlights of Roque and Endrick, but I think most players coming out of South America, especially Brazilian talent pool is so dead. You have to be careful. Don't just chuck them out there and expect Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, R9, all that. Don't expect that. I'm not expecting that. I'm not fooled. I'm not going to put pressure on these kids. I'm not even a Barcelona Real Madrid fan, but I don't want these kids to be pressured to play these like world-class superstars coming straight from Brazil. I'm not going to. So for Roque, unlike Endrick, he's in a situation where if he really bucks up, mans up, turns from man to boy in a couple of months, he's still a little boy, guys. He's 18. He's a boy. He's not a man. But if he mans up and shows off that athleticism, speed, finishing ability that he's been showing in the Brazilian league, maybe he can become a starter. He could take off some starting appearances from Lewandowski, make his name, and prepare himself for a successful start of next season for Barcelona. Let's not count it out. He's in a position where that could happen for him. But is he good enough? That's my thing. Is he good enough to do that? Does he look good in the Brazil League, but he comes here and he struggles? I don't know. That's why we have to see. Don't put expectations, unrealistic expectations on players like him. They don't need that to excel. So that's my take on that. And if you look at the La Liga table, let me pull it up right here. Real Madrid is first right now on 42 points, and Barcelona is down on third, same amount of games played, 17, and they're 7 points behind. 7 points behind. And to be honest, the way Real Madrid is playing, the way Girona is playing, Girona is in this title race. If they win their game in hand, they go to first. The way Real Madrid is playing, I do think Girona will fall off. The way Real Madrid is playing, they will keep winning, it looks like. Alaba just got an ACL injury, so let's see how that affects them. They have Eder Militao ACL injury. Alaba ACL injury. Looks like Alaba's going to miss the Euros, unfortunately. Probably his last international tournament for Austria. Unfortunately, that just sucks. Courtois ACL injury. Let's see. But it just looks like Real Madrid, Bellingham, and Rodrigo are going to continue to keep scoring goals, and Barca will continue to struggle. Barca will continue to struggle. And Vitor Roque, can you come in and make the impact that maybe some Barca fans are hoping you will have? I don't think so. I think Lewandowski will remain the starter. I think Endrick will go to Real Madrid and spend time in the squad learning from all the players. I don't think either of these two players will start. I think the expectations for them will be squad players coming off the bench and trying to impress. That's my opinion. Now, if you're a Real Madrid and Barcelona fan and you're desperate for these guys to succeed and you're expecting more, lower your expectations. So you're not disappointed, and so that you don't jump to conclusions and say, "Oh, this guy's trash. Get him out. He was a fraud." No, he's 18. They're 17. They're 18. They're little fetuses coming to play for the two of the biggest clubs in the world, two of the biggest clubs in Spain. Lower your expectations. I see a lot of people have high expectations. Lower them. They will not be starters. They will be squad players. They will try to impress off the bench. So yeah, that's my take on this. Like, subscribe. My channel is so lonely. No subscribers. No likes. No one loves me. Vitor Roque, Endrick. It's time for you guys to seize the opportunity.